Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Millie. This is literally my second video. Today I'm literally just making a video on how I've created this look. Alrighty, so the first product I'm going to use is the MAC Prep and Prime, and this is the Fix Plus in the coconut scent. I haven't normally used this really like a lot, but I've been starting to get into using it a little bit more. I've been using it for prepping, and I've also been using it a little bit as a finishing spray just to give that little bit of a dewy look. So I'm just going to go ahead and spray that all over my face. I've made sure I've pinned back my fringe because it gets in the way, and then I will take it out and straighten my hair later. So we're just going to go all over my face with that. And as you can hear, that one's running out, and I did just get it in my mouth, hence why I made that face. It wasn't the most pretty look, was it? The next one I'm going to use is the Whitey. I don't actually know how to pronounce this, but I mean, I'll put all of the products that I use down below in the description just to make sure that like I'm spelling things correctly and those sorts of things so that everyone knows what I've used. And I use the plumper lip balm, and it actually works wonders. I just put a little bit on multiple times throughout like putting my makeup on, and it like fully like plumps my lips. It gives me that full effect of lip plumpers, like lip fillers, without the fact of using them. So I just got a 10ml tube, and it's vegan and animal cruelty free, so you know it's a good product. I really enjoy it, but I'm going to put everything down below in the description. So I just put that all over my lips, top and bottom lip. I'm not too careful about where it actually goes, because by the time that you like apply all your makeup and put your primer on and those sorts of things, it kind of gets rubbed off anyway, so it's really not like around the edges gets rubbed off, but your lips stay. So sorry, I'm sounding super croaky even further than I was earlier, but I mean, can't be helped. The primer that I use like for all the time, pretty much, depending on what brand of makeup I use, but when I'm using my Tarte makeup, I use the Tarte Base Tape, and this is literally just a hydrating primer. It is so good, and I'm pretty sure it smells like coconut. Like I could smell coconut earlier. It smells like coconut, so I mean, everything I'm putting on my face smells like coconut, and I love it. So I just rub that in between my fingers. This is the only thing that I will apply in regards to like foundation and base with my hands. I never ever apply foundation excuse me, I never apply foundation with my hands. It just doesn't blend well enough, so never. It's a big no. It's just a no. So I just apply that all over my face. I put a little bit on my ears because I do have to apply a little bit of makeup to my face, because the foundation that I'm using today doesn't completely match my tan at the moment, because my tan has started to come off, so it's not completely the colour that I normally wear. So I mean, that's why I'm applying it all everywhere, because I need to apply all the way down my neck. So the next product that I use, sorry, I'm just leaning forward to get my products, is the Tarte Face Shape, and you can tell that I've used this quite a bit. And this is in the shade 22 Light Neutral. I love this. This has literally been my most favourite foundation that I've ever found. I think I bought this one, like this brand, the first time when I was away on holidays at Sephora back in Queensland, and I don't think I would ever look back. The only other brand that I use at the moment is Fenty, and that's the only other brand that I've been using. I had Urban Decay for a while, but I've moved off the Urban Decay and I've moved to the Tarte black foundations, and I absolutely love them. And Sephora has a really good like matching system to get your correct colour. And the brush that I'm using is the Morphe M439, and this, I just use it as a foundation brush. It's just like a kabuki brush. It's just one of those. It just blends out my makeup really evenly, and then I go in with a beauty blender later just to make sure that everything's blended. So I'm going to start on my cheeks and my nose, and just under my like my chin and under my neck, and I'm just going to blend out, and then with a little bit of the extra, I put a little bit extra, and the extra that's left on the brush I blend out on the top of my forehead, simply for the fact that I don't want my makeup too heavy on my forehead, because my fringe is constantly sitting on my forehead and it just creates too much of an issue, and my hair gets covered in makeup and all sorts of things. So I limit the amount that I put on my forehead, but the rest of my face I make quite full coverage, but I still make sure that it blends out upwards. So I literally apply like a couple of pumps. I'm going to apply one more to my cheeks, a little bit of my forehead, but I mean, and I just blend it out. You will literally see that certain times I will use certain techniques to blend my makeup, but today it's just literally a bit of everything. So I may not need any extra, because like this is looking like a hell of a lot. So I have to make sure that I blend around my lips, and I come back in later and blend like properly around my lips, so that it doesn't look like I've just like applied everything later on, and it doesn't give that awful cutout look. I also apply my foundation as high up underneath my eyes as I can, just simply to apply that little bit extra coverage underneath my concealer, and it just stops my concealer from looking so light under my eyes, because my foundation is that little bit darker than my concealer, and I just pop a little bit over my I have no eyebrows, but I pop a little bit over my eyelids as well, just to make sure that everything blends out nicely. And then I'm going to go back in and fill my eyebrows in later, so we're not going to worry about that too much for the moment. but my eyebrows are literally going to be like the next step because I have none at the moment, so I need to pop some eyebrows on. So I'm just going to apply a little bit over my ears. And then I'm actually going to go in with a wet beauty blender that's like damp and it's nice and fluffy. This one's from Chemist Warehouse in town. And literally, I love these beauty blenders. And they cost like $5. Like, that's it. And they're so good. They're literally worth every dollar that I spend on them, and all they are is $5. So they are worth so much more. Like, they could clearly be selling them for more than they are. But I mean, I love them. My best friend actually got me onto them, and it was the best decision that I ever made. So I'm literally just going to blend that out now and just make sure that everything is like nicely blended. I just blend it onto my lips just a little bit, just gives that natural look, and it stops my lips from looking so like it's literally like harsh lines. So it stops those sort of looks. So just blending that out. Beautiful. So after that, I'm going to apply my eyebrows, but I'm going to do that off camera because I did it on camera yesterday and I felt like I messed up. So I'm just going to do them off camera real quick, and it just makes my life so much quicker. And I'm just going to quickly run it through, put my eyebrows on, and then I'll be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. So I've just done my brows. I've slightly carved them out just a little bit, just under the brow line, just to make sure that I filled up anything that needed to be filled. But just what I'm using for my brows is the Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Taupe, or Taupe, how do you say it? Taupe. I love it. I reckon it's one of the best things that I ever found. I'm just going to blend that out just a little bit. Sorry, just feel like it just looks a little bit odd. It's not too bad. I'll fix it if I really need to, but it looks good from where I'm sitting. But I mean, I'll have to watch the video back and look at it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to properly pop some concealer on my eyelid to make sure that my base for my eyeshadow is nice and set, and it'll be nice bright like base, so that they're not where the colours are really true. So I'm just going to use my Jaclyn Hill palette because it's got a mirror on the inside, and I just need to be able to see what I'm doing. Excuse my little grunts and groans, it's literally, I just need to clear my throat. Alright, so I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade 16 Light, and that's the Fair Light Neutral. And this was the one that I got matched for if I was going to be using the foundation, the Tarte foundation that I'm using at the moment. So like I got matched for the colour, and I do really think that once you blend it out, it looks really good. So I'm just going up to that line that I created earlier. I just created a nice thin line on the underside of my brow just to make sure that it was a nice even coverage, and that it was going to create a nice base, just so that I had that nice like sharp line created. So it is a little bit lighter than my skin tone, clearly, as you can see, but as soon as I blend it out in my eyes and set it with powder, it looks a lot different. But my eyelids are always this light until I set them with powder. So I'm just going to go through and literally just pop this on the other eyelid as well and just create both bases, and then I will go through and just set it with some powder. This is why I take my time, because I make mistakes like that. So I'm just using the flat brush that I'm using is the M22-4, and the like little concealer brush that I'm using is the M173. So literally all I'm doing is making sure that it's being pushed into my skin. So literally all this brush is a mini version of the brush that I use for my foundation. So I do basically the same thing that I do for my foundation. I just press it instead of smear it to make sure that it's really stuck in the middle of that skin, because I want a nice smooth base, but I want a really nice coloured base. Like, you know, like I want that bright base to be able to pop bright colours on top of it, or neutral colours, or anything like that, and it just really creates that big pop, and you're actually able to see what you're doing. Excuse me. Now, shout out to my best friend, one of them. I'm just using Holly's. She's probably gonna hate me for putting her name in this video, but like, maybe if I'm that quirky with my editing, I might put a photo of her right here, but only if I can find a photo and place it in my editing. Probably won't be able to. I'm just using the Australis Fresh and Flawless pressed powder in light beige, and I'm just going to use that just to set my eyes. I just thought I'd give it a try, because I mean, if it's going to suit my skin tone when I'm using this foundation, I need it and I want it. So just giving my face a set, and because it is a pressed powder, I am really making sure that I'm like packing on the powder, simply because it's not a loose powder, so like, you know, you don't really get that much colour, so I just literally like, I pack it in there, and then I just pack it on my eyelid to ensure a nice smooth base. And there we are. So I'm just going to go pick out my colours that I'm going to use to create my look today, and I will be right back. Okay, moving on with the eyes. I'm just using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette, the Ring the Alarm palette. It's literally like, I don't know if you can see that, but I'll post everything in there. I'll put the colours down there below to tell you which colours I'm going to use, but I'm essentially just going to make a nude look, just very basic, you know. I do like a bit of a smoky eye, so it's my favourite. So essentially I'm just going to go in with this first colour, and it's called Rush, and it's just this top one here, and I'm just going to pop that like up the crease and a little bit further up from the crease, just to create that little bit of a, you know, starting colour. It is a little bit orangey, so I just need to be super careful of that to make sure that there's not too much colour on the lid, which by the looks of it, I've already freaking done to myself. So I'm just creating a little bit of depth, is all this one is doing, just creating that little bit of depth. And it's more of like a transition colour. It's just like a little bit of a darker transition colour. I popped a little bit of like a light transition colour just to pop it all over the lid with this big brush here. It's like a Sigma powder sweep, and it's the F06 brush. And I just literally just sweeped it across, excuse me, I sweeped it across the top of my lid. Excuse me. This is literally the most unattractive thing when I'm literally like coughing all throughout this video, but like, I mean, I just needed to like put some content out, film some vids, and I just had a little bit of spare time this afternoon, so I decided to do it today, but like, I'm so crook. So this colour is called a Mugshot, and it's just like a deeper brown. No, it's this one here. It's just a deeper brown. So I'm just kind of blending it in similar way of the first colour, which was the Rush. Just blending it from like the outer corner in just a little bit, just to create that smoky look. And then we're going to go in with a dark colour. This isn't like the traditional smoky eyes that people have been doing. I like to start from the lighter colour and go out to the darker colour, where I've watched a few videos where people go in from the darker colour and out to a lighter colour. Now, just using one of these little brushes here, I'm just going to pop, use this brush real quick. I'm just going to pop a real dark brown on the really outside of my lid, and this colour is called Secret. So I'm just popping this really on the outer corner of my lid. And it's just on the very outer corner. I'm just blending that in just a little bit, just to make sure that everything will blend nicely. Now, I forgot to mention it earlier, I actually have eyelash extensions on at the moment, so I can't put mascara on, and I'm not much for fake eyelashes, like the ones that you glue on. I've never ever liked those. I don't know whether I will ever get into them, but I don't enjoy them, so I most likely won't put them on. But normally I will pop like mascara on my top lashes, but because I've got eyelash extensions, I can't actually do that at the moment, so that's why I don't pop mascara on my top lashes, because and they are falling out at different rates on different eyes, so it is causing a little bit of an issue there, just simply because it's all different colours. But anyway, so this is the smoky-ish look that I've got going on here. I'm literally gonna pop a nice it's like a bronzy glitter on top of my lid, but just don't want it too bronzy. Is my only issue, is I don't want too bronzy, so I'm just thinking I might pick another colour, but I still want like lightish, but I don't feel like gold, because gold doesn't really suit my colour tone. Might do a light colour. Might do a light coat of bronze and mix it with another colour if we need to. So I'm just using this colour called Boom, and it is literally just a bronze like colouring to the lid, and I'm going to pop a lighter glitter-ish colour over the top, but it's just going to be that little bit darker. So this is like a peachy colour, this colour, and this one's called Lolly, and it's like a peachy pink, but because I've got that like bronzy glitter on underneath, it just makes it that little bit darker. Sorry, I'm probably out of focus. I've just been so focused on literally making sure that my eyes are good, but like my back's a bit sore. So that's that. I'm literally gonna pop some of a really light colour on the inner corners of my eyes. The very inner corners. I'll find my little brush, which is to be used. And I'm just gonna use the Armed and Gorgeous palette, and I'm going to use the little VIP from the top corner just over here. And I'm literally not going to pop that in the inner corners of my eyes just yet because I need to actually, just forgot that I haven't actually placed concealer under my eyes. So I'm going to pop some concealer under my eyes. I'm actually going to do one at a time just to make sure that I blend out really nicely. Oops, dropped my concealer, VIP. So I blend with the inner corner. Looks really white with this colour, with this light. And I just blend in with the, BRB. Just blend in with the other end of the Beauty Blender just to make sure that you're blending the colour from foundation to concealer, because otherwise you literally look so white under the eyes, and like, especially in this light, like clearly I look super white under my eyes simply for that fact that like I have a massive ring light that is like bright white light, so it makes you look a lot whiter than you actually are. So you guys can see that I'm a lot whiter, but I'm just looking natural. So I just blend from like the corners out sort of thing. I'm going to use this brush here, and it's a Sigma brush, and it's a concealer blend kabuki brush, and I just use it with the Australis powder because, you know, it worked so well earlier. I'm literally just going to blend right under my eyes because it's a concealer blending brush. It literally makes my life easy because it's like, this is literally what this brush is used for. So we just ensure that is all powdered. I'm going to pop, while I've got my powder out, just a little bit of powder on my chin because I tend to get super oily there, and some powder in between my eyebrows and on my forehead. And there we are. Now, I'm going to go back in, excuse me, again, with that Armed and Gorgeous palette and this brush, and I'm literally just going to go on the inner corners of my eyes and just pop it in as a highlight, and it just really brightens the eye. Beautiful. Now I'm going to go back in with that Ring the Alarm palette, and I'm literally just going to blend a darker colour underneath my eyelids just a little bit, like my eyes just a little bit, just to create a little bit of depth. So that's just created a little bit of depth underneath the eyes, just to make sure that you're not looking so up here and nothing down here. So I've just created a little bit of depth underneath the eyes, and it's just created that clearly I look a bit darker underneath the eyes. That's all it is really. I'm also going to pop some mascara on the base of my lashes, on like my bottom lashes. I can't pop any on my top lashes, as I explained, simply because of my eyelash extensions, but they are falling out. So I just pop some mascara on my bottom lashes. And then that is done for the eyes. And then I'm going to just contour and highlight a little bit. I'm not going to do overboard with the contour because I'm never really that great with the contour. So I try and steer clear of it as much as I can. I just use the Maybelline New York Master Contour by Face Studio palette. I actually stole this from my mum, and mum has never missed it, so I mean so I just blend up a little bit just to make sure that we're getting look like we're getting super under the cheekbone, but just a little bit above as well, just to create the contoured look. But I don't go too overboard with the contour because the last thing I want is a big massive line of powder that literally looks like you've placed sticky tape just underneath from like here to here, and you just blend it over the top, because that's not attractive on anyone, ever. Judgmental, I know, but true. Anyone that doesn't do makeup could tell you that. Literally, my brother could tell you that, and he has no idea about makeup at all. Beautiful. And that's enough contour for me because I don't like to go too overboard, simply, as I explained, don't want a massive line. And my highlight that I'm going to use, I'm noisy. The highlight I'm going to use is the Huda Seychelles. I don't actually know how to pronounce that, but I will place it in the description. And I just highlight my cheekbones. I honestly think there's never such thing as too much highlight. I highlight the tip of my nose and the bridge of my nose as well, and the cupid's bow of my lips. And then every now and then I just pop a little bit over here, and just a little bit in the middle of my forehead, just to create, it looks a little bit more contoured. But I honestly think there's no such thing as too much highlight, so apply as much highlight as you want. Alright, now to set this, I'm going to go in with the Morphe and Jeffree Star Set and Refresh Mist, and this is in the Starberry scent, and this smells so good. It was literally the best buy that I ever made. I don't place too much on, but I place like enough, so I just hold it back from my face a little bit and just spray and just get it all up in there, and it just makes sure that everything is set. So I'm just going to go finish that off now, and then I will go finish my hair and make it look better than this, and I will be back with the finished look. So, as I said, just spraying that, and then I'm going to go finish my hair, and I'll be right back. So this is the final look. All I did was straighten my hair, pull my fringe down, and straighten it just a little bit, just to create me, I guess. I don't ever, very rarely, I wear lipstick. It's not very often that I wear lipstick anymore. I used to be so passionate about lipstick. I don't wear it anymore. I literally would much rather put some purple cream or a lip balm on and just have natural looking lips. I just tend to find that it goes with everything, so I would prefer just to place that on my lips rather than put a lipstick on. But you can always pair this with another lipstick or anything else and just pair it to whatever you'd like. But this is what I finished with, and thank you.